photo, pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shit.
This great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears. Is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Faking the handoff, Howell. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the save. Mike Pennell drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up fourth down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And he got that one all wrong. That goes almost directly out of bounds, and this is going to be spotted inside the 25-yard line. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Montgomery is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it?
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Bears will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, here's Howell. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the 2nd round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
Now they go play action with Howell. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards that time. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes, when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. Touchdown, Chicago! Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who's going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to drop. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
A
goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and trying not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Fields, and this will be caught by Mooney. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
He'll buy some time right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue or the fumble, and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they... And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Remember to start Icarus mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. 3rd and long. Here's Howell. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plans that they've executed to perfection.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he'll be taken down right around the 27. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the option, here's Montgomery. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Play action. It's Fields.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The punt team on now, is from their end zone. They get it away. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
A gain of 14, first down Commanders.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Hal to the air on 1st and 10.
He's got Thomas yet again, complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains, because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And once more, Hal back to the air.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other, because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Hal throwing on 3rd down here.
Dancing to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And that is no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.